Alright my friends, it's Krebs here, and we're playing some War Thunder Jets! It's the Meteor F4 that I'm in, and we're on Paradise Island. Well, it's kind of ironic that we're calling it Paradise Island, or that it's called Paradise Island, because I'm going to be wrecking up shit in this match, and it's not going to be paradise for the enemy. So this is going to be the highest kill streak I've gone on thus far with my Jets. And I've got around a dozen or so games, so that's about 10, 11, 12, around there games so far in Jets. And some of them have been mediocre, a lot of them have been good, and some of them have been outright crap. It really depends what you come against. Sometimes you're against some absolutely amazing squads, you know, 4-guy, I don't know, Pro 100, GOD, 444. And sometimes, just depending on what they do, you get screwed over. But not all the times. I've had really good matches sometimes against troll squads, as you'd like to call them. So, the Meteor F4, what have I learned since the last video? Well, in Jets, you have to learn quickly in order to have success. One very important thing that you can generally apply with all planes is that speed is a lifeblood in the skies. The faster your plane goes, the easier, I feel, it is to get kills and also to survive. And that's why it sometimes is a little bit frustrating for me when I'm in my Meteor F3 coming against a MiG-15 or a Sabre F2 and they're just like outspeeding me in every instance to get to me, to get away from me, and it's like, god damn it, I wish I could do something. I've learned a lot though, and you're gonna see it throughout this video what I'm actually doing. Like there, for example, right there, I'm taking on a B-17. I'm all by myself, so what I started to do was actually slow down a lot, and this is all relatively speaking. I mean, okay, I slowed down to about 500 kilometers per hour, which in any other plane would be like, wow, how fast am I going? But in a jet, it's not necessarily that fast. What I've actually done, and I'm still trying to learn the ways of jets and how to turn as best as possible. What I've actually done is I've hotkeyed both my landing flaps, which I've had already on my mouse, but I've also hotkeyed my air brakes to my scroll wheel, which tilts left and right. So not only do I have easy access to the landing flaps and bringing them back up again, but I also have easy access to my air brakes now. And the general principle is the slower you are, the easier it is to turn. Although I felt sometimes with my air brakes on, it's actually harder to turn. Now I'm still testing this out. I don't know exactly what's the best thing to do. I'm sure some of you jet junkies are like, ha, Krebs, I figured this out back in the Stone Age. You're not supposed to use air brakes on turns. I know, but perhaps what should be done is you use air brakes to slow down rapidly, and then you bring him back up so that you can start on with your turn, sort of thing, whilst you have your landing flaps down, because landing flaps has the best turn potential out of all the flaps. Yes, if you thought combat flaps are the best, I'm sorry, I've made a video on it before. Landing flaps is the best. Alright, so another thing that I've actually learned, and you're not seeing it right now, but the first engagement in this match, what I'm trying to do is when I come into head-ons, because the head-ons were what I was having a lot of problems with. You know, you come down into that showdown, sort of. You're eyeing up the enemy, he's eyeing up you. You both realize that you're coming at each other fast, and your reticles are on each other. The crosshairs, you fire within when you start getting around 1K, even farther out sometimes, and you just hope to God that you're not the one that's going down in a flaming wreck. Well, I've actually started doing, and I don't do this really with my prop planes, but since the jets go so fast, I've started to do bursts, and then followed by barrel rolls. So the moment I realize that, okay, if I continue any further, chances are I'm going to get hit by the enemy, and it's not beneficial, risk-benefit sort of thing. I'm weighing it up, you know, risk-benefit scale. When I realize that the risk is far too great for the benefit, I just go into a barrel roll. Not necessarily start turning, because I feel like sometimes if I'm turning, then the enemy might be able to keep up with it. So I just do a barrel roll, and I think that throws off the enemy good enough. And that actually brings up another point. turning. Although jets are going so fast, I feel like they can actually easily adjust their shots, depending how far away they are. So say if you see a lonely little P-26, and I have seen that sometimes in these jet rounds, P-26P shooters, or just any prop plane, if they realize that you're coming in, they're going to turn to try and avoid you. Now, coming in at such a fast speed with a jet, you'd expect that, oh, it's going to be kind of hard to hit them. No, not always, because as long as you're spinning your plane around, it actually has a decent enough turn to adjust its shots to shoot at the enemy should they be trying to do sharp turns. And that's sometimes can be a bit irritating when you're on the receiving end, but at the same time, when you're on the giving end, yeah, it's pretty damn decent. So as you might have noticed by now, I've gone on a high kill streak with this Meteor F4, which is just awesome. I love this plane so far, but then again, I'm kind of a bit biased. I haven't really used any other jets, and I think one of the problems I'm gonna have for a while is if I'm gonna show you guys jet footage, chances are a lot of times it's gonna be British jets, because I just don't have American, Russian, or whatever other country jets, and most specifically Russian or Americans, because they have the most jets along with the Brits out of all the factions. The Germans have like, what, 3? Well, I mean, some of them are rockets, and the Japanese have 1 rocket. 1. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna fail and my kill streak ends. MiG-9, he's gonna adjust his shot. I'm trying to turn, but he can keep up with it. Here he goes, and I'm dead. I'm just a flaming wreck. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. So I ended up getting 1 more kill, and I only died once, and that was my best kill-death ratio thus far in jets. So these are the rewards. Got tons of research. I mean, this was 2 times XP, but that is 13,000. That is freaking mental, man. That is crazy. I can't wait to get my next Meteor F4. Happy days when it comes. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call it a show there. And until the next one, this is Krebsy, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.